What's going on, Leo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for mid-October 2022. So in this reading, Leo, we're going to take a look at your past, present, and future energies as it pertains to mid-October 2022. Before we begin this reading, though, Leo, as always, I would like to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Leo, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Leo. As well, if you're on Instagram, Leo, definitely go follow me on Instagram. The link to my official Instagram account will be in the description box below this video or reading. And cheers to you if I see you over on Instagram, Leo. So, without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for mid-October 2022, Leo. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides for overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Leo. Alright, Leo, let's lay out these cards and see what is going on here for you. All right, Leo, very interesting energy that you have coming through for mid-October. The first thing I'm being called to say is that a lot of you have so much good confidence, so much energy, but it's just being scattered in a million different directions. Part of the problem is that we live in kind of a consumer culture where we're being constantly stimulated by everything wants our attention, and because your attention is scattered right now, it's like your manifestations could be going so much more further if you were to just focus them a little bit more, Leo, because a lot of you have a fear, like a deep subconscious fear of doubling down your energy on something because you haven't maybe got the synchronicity, like this is it, and the truth is no one really has that. I don't know why this is coming through, but whatever it is that you want to do in life, whether it's create a family, create a business, have mental, physical, whatever harmony or whatever it is, even if you're after chaos, whatever you want to create, people think that there's going to be this moment of Isaac Newton sitting under the tree and the apple hits him and it's like, oh, this is exactly what you have to do. Most of the time it doesn't work that way. Most of the time you have to act in the face of fear. And you have to carve your own path. So don't be afraid to carve your own path, right, Leo? So your opportunity here is the Queen of Wands for mid-October, Leo. So with the Queen of Wands being your opportunity, some of you, if you're more of a masculine Leo, you could have the opportunity to be in a relationship with someone who's very, very passionate individual, someone who you're not going to be bored with. I feel like there's someone around you, Leo, if you're more masculine. If you're more feminine, and no matter who you are, gender does not matter. It's your energy. You are going to be having an opportunity to express yourself fully. The Queen of Wands, the thing that most people try to do in this reality, they try to be like someone else. They try to be like this person. They try to be like that person. If you can be who you really are, okay, just let out that inner authenticity. What is authenticity? It's taking what's on the inside and making it on the outside, and people will respect you for that. And so there's something about that, you need to be more authentic, or at least there's an opportunity to be that. And you have this authentic coupling opportunity coming your way. I'll talk about it in a second. But You have here, Leo, the Seven of Cups in your challenge, and this is what I'm talking about. a little bit of scattered energy. I think you also have delusions about what you fear, like things are going to be worse off than they are. I'm really getting that strongly. Like there's this fear that you have that if I were to be my true authentic self, like there's going to be major consequences for that. Of course there are going to be consequences, but are they really as bad? Are you going to get quartered? You know, are you going to die? No, probably not. So there's something here about like why are you keeping something as I don't know, like scattering your energy. There's something about fear of making a choice to be yourself, or in general, Leo, for the vast majority of you, what this challenge is, it's just kind of being a drifter. You know, you're drifting from one thing to another thing to another thing, and maybe you have a job and a lot of your attention is consumed. So you may have to take back dead time and like, instead of just drifting off, like focus your energy on something you want to create, because you're due for an upgrade here, Leo. Okay, this is a very strong frequency coming through, Leo. In your the recent past here, you have the World, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the King of Wands here. The first thing coming through in your recent past is that I want to say congratulations because you've successfully manifested something, the World. It's coming through the World, this is about some sort of completion in your life, like something coming full circle. I feel like there's a job that you wanted or something that you wanted, you now have it, but you're starting to realize, is that actually going to make me happy? In the recent past, Leo, there was a realization that you got exactly what you wanted. Maybe this was making a certain number of money per year. Maybe this was having certain goals that you achieved just by showing up. But there's something that you achieved that you start to realize, it didn't actually really make me happy. And for some of you, this could be a partnership or something. But you also have that King of Wands in the past, and you also have that Queen of Wands in the opportunity. So there's something here definitely about you're starting to like realize like there's more for me out there, but there's something about, and I think the King and the Queen of Wands is very pertinent to this reading. I know it sounds a little bit all over the place, but just let me keep going. In the present moment, Leo, there's so much healing happening for you here, especially when I feel like there's a lot of like you're making new friends or something. In the present moment here, you have the Star, you have the Four of Wands, and you also have the Ace of Wands here, Leo, in the present moment. So there's a lot of healing happening with you and someone that I believe you perceive as your soul family member. There's a new beginning here that's available to you. There's something here about on and off, though. Because your energy is scattered, you may get a reflection of that, Leo. But what I will tell you is that there's a lot of wonderful energy for you to enjoy in the present moment. There's definitely a new beginning on the horizon when it comes to relationships. With you and someone, okay, you and someone new. I'm getting it's like a newish person. There's a lot of healing. You're very happy with it in the present moment. Now, when we get to the future, though, this harmony that you're currently experiencing with an individual in your life, there starts to be a little bit of disharmony because of maybe future plans that are not on the same wavelength or trajectory. Because in the immediate future, Leo, there seems to be a little bit of like lack of cooperation. For some of you, it's going to have to do with this love person. For others of you, the lack of cooperation is just because you haven't made your mind up with your highest goal or becoming your authentic self. In the future, the immediate future, as it pertains to mid-October, you have the Five of Cups, you have the Three of Wands, and you also have the Nine of Pentacles here. So in the future, I do feel like you're going to be feeling a little bit lonely. I do feel like there's going to be a minor halt. So like towards the end of October, whatever harmony that you're experiencing with someone in love or something that's making you very happy right now, it's like, be very careful, Leo, to place your happiness on something external, because that's, I feel like, something you're doing now, and it's great to do that, to have something to look forward to, but you have to realize there's going to be a speed bump in the future, and I'm only telling you this so that you can get ready for it, okay? There's something here about, do you have the same values as someone? Like, there's some sort of values hit, and for those of you who are single, who are not really dealing with someone in love right now, it's just that, like, I feel as you start to become your more authentic self, that Queen of Wands, King of Wands frequency, you start to run into problems here. And on the one hand, it's exhilarating. On the other hand, it's also very scary and depressing. So there's like a pro and a con for being your authentic self. So that's because the main thing that happened to you in the past is like you completed something, but now you want more. So let's go ahead and get into this reading, Leo. I would like to clarify it right now. let's go ahead and clarify why the Seven of Cups is here in your challenge. Okay, like what is this choice about that you have to make? There also could be a little bit of like delusions, and I feel that there is something coming through about like wherever you go, there you are. And a lot of you are, it's important to set goals for yourself and but to realize that nothing, as long as you're basing your happiness on something in the external world, it all can be taken away from you. So with that Star card and the Ace of Wands, there could be like a new inner practice that you develop. Not that you just become a monk and you neglect the physical world completely or manifestations, but there has to be like an element of like nothing can shake you, I don't know. All right, let's see why the Seven, because there's like this fear of making the wrong decision, but as long as that energy is brought into your decisions, you're more likely to make a wrong decision, even though there's no such thing as a wrong decision. Everything's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think you can make a wrong decision, you probably will. But if you have the attitude that nothing is a wrong decision and that anything is a learning experience, that's also a reflection you'll get. So let's see why the Seven of Cups is here. Seven of Cups in your challenge, Leo, is clarified by the Hanged Man, the Moon, and also the Knight of Wands here, all right? So I feel like there's something about your values, creating a hierarchy of your values that you need to maybe look at and like ask yourself what you really want. I think the problem is it's like you may have a little bit of a split in your personality. The Hanged Man, the Knight of Wands, and also the Moon, all right? With this being your challenge, I feel like you don't really know if a sacrifice that you're going to make will actually lead to anything, or will it just set you back to square one. So it's like you don't know if you want to invest, basically, is what I'm getting from this, because you don't know if someone that you're going to invest in, like once again, there's going to be an on and off thing with you and someone. The Moon and the Knight of Wands is very on and off energy. It's a very like... there's something here about like you don't know what to do with your energy because nothing is guaranteed. So that's why I think I was channeling this something about like you have to like make your inner practices the most important thing, so that way you can have a fearlessness. So right now, like you have a little bit of fear, and the way to overcome fearlessness is you have to have something that you can return to, or like at least a philosophy that like if it doesn't work out with something, or like it's like you don't let it throw you off, and you always, it's like you never allow external circumstances to govern your inner state. If you can make the best out of the worst circumstances, then nothing can hurt you. Right now you have this like unconscious belief that like you can be hurt, and as long as you hold on to that belief that you can be hurt, you probably will be hurt. Whereas if you have the belief that says everything's a learning experience, everything's neutral, and I shouldn't like make my happiness completely dependent on something outside of myself, you'll be better actually able to get things outside of yourself that will actually make you happy, because you're not basing your whole self-worth on it. This is like, I don't know. This is a weird reading, Leo, but let's keep going here. All right, let's go ahead and, Leo, let's go ahead and clarify why, let's clarify why the Star is here in the present moment. All right, the Star is here. There's definitely some sort of renewal, I feel. But I'm telling you. Let's see why the Star is here, Leo, for you in the present moment. There's definitely a lot of happiness, harmonious relationships with you in the present moment. I see that for you right now, so don't take that for granted. I'm not trying to scare you, but like, all right, why is this Star card here? Star is clarified by the Magician, the Two of Cups, and also the Five of Wands here. So I feel like for a lot of you, you could have successfully manifested a lover. Like you have some relationship in your life that you feel very good about. You feel very good about it. You manifested it. Like congratulations. I want to tell you that. You manifested some sort of healing, some sort of new beginning that was a product of you going for it and getting it. But the problem is now I feel like you're placing too much value on it, and anything that you put on a pedestal or that you give importance to, you immediately distance yourself from that thing. This is probably one of the most important things that I'll make in this reading. You see this like plaque behind me, like 100,000 subscribers or whatever. Back in the day when I really wanted to manifest that and I made it so important, it basically was impossible to manifest. Now I'm just like, I'm grateful for it. Don't get me wrong. There's no lack of gratitude, but there's also a feeling of, oh, it's standard. It's mine. It's like, this crystal, it belongs to me. It's mine. So it's just standard. It's like you're creating an energetic distortion right now with something that you've manifested. I feel like it's a person, and you don't want to create this potential. So whatever, okay, and this could even be something different. Like this could be a new location you move to. Instead of putting something on a pedestal, like, oh my God, this is so amazing that I manifested this, because something's going really good. Something's going real good here. You overcame an obstacle to get it, and it's a new beginning. But I'm telling you, Leo, the more that you can have a little bit of like distance, and this is metaphysics, but the more that you can view it as normal, as standard, as like ordinary, the better you'll have a chance to hold on to it, because then you're not having this energy of once again basing your whole inner state on something outside of yourself. You have to be able to decrease the importance of things in your mind. Okay? Just be aware of that. Like, so that's the whole thing. You don't want to ruin this by getting too attached to it. It doesn't work. You just, at a certain point, like children, I'm trying to make a point here of like an energy thing that you have, because you have something great, but it's like, if let's just keep going. Let's go into the future, because there's going to be some sort of letdown, or there's going to be some sort of halt when it comes to something good. And I feel like it has to do with, like, I don't know, expectations or something. Let's see why the Five of Cups is here in your future, Leo. Why is the Five of Cups here in the immediate future as it pertains to mid-October? Why is the Five of Cups here, Leo? Five of Cups in the future is clarified by the Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles here. Yeah, so I feel like there could be something where you're really excited about the commitment or the opportunity to move forward with someone or something, and then there's a little bit of a letdown here. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Four of Cups and also the Eight of Wands here. I really feel like also you have the Eight of Pentacles here, which is working on something, productivity. I really feel like there's just an energetic thing, Leo, where like you just need to chill out, basically, is what I'm telling you. Like, it's like you have something in the bag, like, especially if there's someone you want to be with here, Leo. You've set the momentum in play where you can have this person that you want, you can have this thing that you want, but there's this energy of like you being the one ruining it by placing too much importance on it. So you have to operate with a little bit of a cold mind here. Cold. Okay, not like Leo, right? I'm not saying that's your energy, but like, because in the future, you have to really, like, you're going to be making plans, potentially with someone, like the Three of Wands here. And I just think that the most important thing for you to understand right now is that there's going to be a dip in the road. So right now you're being tested from a certain perspective, universally, Leo, where the universe is seeing, like, are you going to, like, base your inner state on something's going up? Oh, I'm going to be so happy. Something's going down. Oh, I'm going to be so low. And it's just always fluctuating. It's better to just be, like, the middle way, where you don't never get too high, you never get too low. You're always pretty fucking good. It's not to say you can't go up and down, but I'm telling you, you don't realize the energetic distortion that's creating in your reality. Overall, I see, look, this is a good reading, Leo. You just have to go with the flow here and not give anything too much importance, because you're on you have great momentum right now. You just don't want to ruin it by being like, to give you an example, like, just to say what I'm meaning, like let's say that you just bought a new car. This could literally be what it's about for some of you. Not really, but let's say you bought a new car and you place so much importance on the car. In the reality of this time-space reality, the level of objective importance that your car has in the overall universe is close to nil. It's zero. There's zero. It's anything else. Like, this is equal to the car from a certain perspective. And the more you're like, oh my God, like I have to wash my car 20 times a day. No one can touch my car. No one must go near my car. It must smell new. It's like you're more likely to get into a car accident. Something bad is going to happen to the car. Whereas if you can just relatively treat it as the neutral object that it is, it's a great car. It's new, but it's just a car. You're less likely to run into problems. And please apply this to whatever situation you have, because you have something good. You have something good. It's a new beginning. It's something healing that you have going on. It's going to be different for different Leos. And you have to be able to receive it. All right? So I don't know who needed to hear that, but that's what I got for you, Leo. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. This is the Autistic